As I approached the pup, I was immediately infatuated with his luxurious silky coat of fur. The image of his beautiful baby face entered my cornea, the structure that protects the eye and bends light to provide focus. His glow then passed through my pupil, a small adjustable opening, and into the iris, which is a colored muscle that dilated my pupil in response to my admiration of the gorgeous creature before me. Next, my lens, which focuses incoming light rays, received the image and projected it onto my retina, which is a thin inner surface of the back of the eyeball. In order to focus on the dog in front of me and those farther away, accommodation must occur, which is the process by which the eye's lens changes and bends to focus near or far objects on the retina. After filtering through the retina, the light enters the fovea, a small depression in the center of the retina where the golden, slightly overweight pup is identified by the cones, photoreceptors that detect fine detail and color. Although the rods, photoreceptors that enable black and white vision, are present next to the cones, they would only be useful if we were observing a dog in a darker environment. My bipolar cells are then responsible for connecting and transmitting information from my photoreceptor cells to the ganglion cells that make up my optic nerve. Once the ganglion cells receive this message, it is sent to the brain by the optic nerve for processing. The point at which my optic nerve leaves my eye is called the blind spot because no receptor cells are located here. The optic chiasm is the point in my brain where the optic nerve fibers from each of my eyes cross over each other. For example, if the visual information of the doggy originates in the right halves of my two retinas, it will be transmitted to the left side of my occipital lobe for processing. Most sensory information, such as the pup's scent, travels first to the thalamus, where it is then routed to the appropriate area of the visual cortex located in the occipital lobe, the part of the cerebral cortex involved in vision for processing. From here we have pretty much reached the end of the pathway, the feature detectors. These are cortical neurons in the brain that respond to specific features of the stimulus, such as its shape, angle, and movement, allowing us to react and respond to the dog in front of us, most likely petting its head and scratching its tummy.
The trichromatic theory states that the retina contains 3 different color receptors, one most sensitive to red, one to green, and one to blue, which when stimulated in combination can produce the perception of any color. The opponent process theory states that the opposing retinal processes, red to green, yellow to blue, white to black, enable color vision. In our example, this explains how we are able to see the golden coat of the puppy.